Okay. So here we go. How is everybody doing? Welcome to the live. I hope. It says offline. Why is it offline? This really should be working. Yes, live? Are we live? Why is it offline? Yes. This really should. Good. Okay, we're working. Sorry guys, I wasn't sure if it was working. I've never done the transition thing from a premiere to a live before, so I wasn't sure if it was even going to work at all. So hey, hi. What's up everybody? How you doing? I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm trying to set this up so that I can see everybody's chat. Anybody who happens to comment. There we go. So I think I need to do a couple of things here. So this happened really quickly. I just sat down. So something's going to change really quick. Hold on one second. That's going to change. Okay. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can't hear me. Whatever happens. How's everybody doing? I'm sure you can hear that. That's really loud. I'm watching for comments. Last time I did the live stream like this, people commented. I didn't see them forever. Thank you, Kiki. It was beautiful, wasn't it? She is amazing. She is absolutely amazing. So this is hi, Deb, Dead by Nursey. That's clever. Hi, yeah, no, this is an experiment. This is the first time I've done the whole link to the live stream after a premiere thing. I plan on doing this at least once a week, for anywhere between 10 and 30 minutes. If it ever becomes popular enough, we might make that a little longer. But just saying hi to a couple of you. I think it's figured out. What's up, Victor? But yeah, no, the idea is just to be able to sit down and chat with you guys, answer any questions, or hear your stories. I've heard some pretty interesting stories, particularly from Lara fans, about concerts they went to, things they've gotten to do, experiences they have, memorabilia they've gotten, and it's a lot of fun for me. I have this thing about memories. I feel like when you share in somebody's stories, that story kind of becomes a part of your story. And like, for instance, there have been people who told me stories like, hey, you've got to watch this performance at this concert. I was actually there. This happened. And my friend, said these things. And I went with my brother and her and my sister-in-law, or whatever the story is. And then I watched the performance. And while watching it, I feel like I get to sort of live it from that perspective. And it's edifying for me. It's really cool for me. I really enjoy it. So if you have any stories, you have anything you want to share about this, there is the Discord. You can always go there and share it. The link will be in the description of the video. But you can also tell me here. I'd love to hear about it. We do a lot of this on Patreon. This was up a month ago on the Patreon, but I've been talking to some people over there, and we've decided, or they've suggested, and I've agreed that I should try to put out at least one video of hers every couple of weeks here on YouTube, and I'm going to do my best to do that. There's a lot to get through, but I mean, there's a ton over. There's a bunch of we have several like interviews that are over an hour long video reaction. So I'm gonna have to chop those up into pieces to bring them over here to YouTube. But it's a lot of fun, and I learned a lot about it. It was really interesting to learn. So, and I'm really eager to share it with all you guys. Hey, everybody! So Victor, Michael. Hey, Michael, what's up, man? There is a bit of a delay. So if you comment and it takes me 5 minutes to say something, know that I'm watching it pretty closely. And I, usually within a few seconds, 30 seconds, I say hi. Hello, Eva. Hello, France. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. How are things? How are things on the other side of the pond? How are things? Are you guys doing good over there? We're struggling. We're having some issues on this side, but that's one of the things I love about this kind of community that we coming together around something like music, songs like this that really give us an opportunity to just stop and enjoy some of the more beautiful things in life, right? Be able to leave behind some of the stresses and the problems and issues that we face on a daily basis. That's just me. Don't mean to get too deep on is it Friday? Yes, on a Friday. Don't laugh at me. I have a hard time keeping track. We just had Fabian on Friday, and you guys. So I know for sure, Michael. You guys, did you get to see the Fabian on Friday post yet? I really enjoyed this week's post over there. It was very much a performance, a production. It was basically a musical monologue. It was really good, really good. I'm going to try adding something. Right here. Because it would be nice. Yeah, that's what we all do. We all, that's all we can be expected to do, right? Just do our best to sorry, just a second. I got distracted. I was hoping to be able to get the chat box to include the YouTube chat, but it just won't do it. I'm sure there's a way. Anyways, let's see what's happening in the comments. Glad to hear things are going good over there. A couple of you listening from over there. Mylene, or wait, no, it's not Mylene. I know how to pronounce this now. It's Milen Farmer. I can't remember exactly. She will be coming soon. I just did a video of hers not that long ago, didn't I? I love her. Michael's a fan of her as well. He's in the chat with you right now, Eva. He's a big fan of her. He's the one who got me listening to her in the first place. And I love her voice. I'm trying to remember if I posted the last video that I recorded of hers on YouTube as well as Patreon, or if it's still waiting on Patreon. Milan, yeah. Yeah, I didn't get it right in my last video again, but I think that I've got it. You have to understand with names, especially when they're not from like I don't know how to say it. I would say when they're foreign names, but of course for you it wouldn't be a foreign name. My name would be. It's confusing when they're not from here. When the names are said with a different accent or a style of pronunciation than what I'm accustomed to, I get really nervous about saying them because I think it's a huge sign of disrespect. I think when I hear like interviewers or late night talk show hosts or things interviewing people, and they announce them and they say their name completely wrong, like they're not even trying. Right? It's to me, it's just massively disrespectful, and I'm always really cautious and conscious of saying people's names properly. So I will get her name right in the next video. But I think I'm gonna look really quickly at the last video of hers that I did. Did you see? Did I release the intro on YouTube? I did an intro to one of her concerts, or I watched her enter one of her concerts, and that's what I was about to go check. I can't remember if I did it. Hi, Nathan. And somebody else said hello. Hey, Maze. Love the name. Love the name. Have you seen the Netflix show Lucifer? That's where I know that name from. I love it. I love it to death. But I'm looking because I'm trying to remember if I have released that my last Mealing Farmer video on YouTube, or if it's still just on Patreon. If it is just on Patreon, then I can probably get it over on YouTube by, say, next Tuesday. And that would be great. But I'm trying to remember if it's not. I tell you what. Who was it that asked? Was it Eva? Eva, I tell you what. You drop a song, and if I haven't done it already, I'll do my best to get it to you within a week. How's that sound? Just for being here for the live. Because I certainly appreciate you guys not making me hang out all on my own. There's nothing more awkward than doing a live a broadcast like this and nobody showing up. It's really uncomfortable. Okay, no, I haven't posted it yet, I don't think. So I have a video on Patreon. I cannot pronounce the name, but I'm gonna put it in the chat. I maybe could pronounce it, but I'm not gonna risk it. It's that one right there. I have that one ready, and I tell you what, I will post that one. I just posted today. Sunday. I will put that one up on Sunday for you. Just for you, Eva. I normally wouldn't. That one has actually only been on the Patreon for like maybe... It's only been there for... not even a week. Usually I wait at least a week before I post things from Patreon onto YouTube. And that's... You got to understand, that's really just because... I don't want to get caught where I'm not able to post, and I can't always record all the time. So it's nice to have videos held up. I don't want to post too many too close together. So at least a couple of days apart, and I try to stockpile them on Patreon so that if I can't record one day, then I still have something to pull and to give to you guys to enjoy, right? To watch. So, if you're interested, the Patreon link will be in the link to most of my videos. You can come check it out over there. There's always stuff over there that doesn't make it to YouTube, that hasn't made it to YouTube yet, but it will get here eventually. And your likes and your subs are really all I could ever hope for or ask. So I really appreciate you guys being here, and I will get that to you on Sunday. Okay, hold on. We got a lot going on. I'm not used to this many people chatting at once, so cut me some slack on this one. So we got hi, I want to say Benoit. Is that the correct pronunciation? I hope. Yes, Michael. Yeah, I'll get it over to YouTube on Sunday, just for you, Eva. I love that shut up, right? The in the intro of that song. I think that played in my head and still does sometimes, just randomly goes off of my head. Shut the up, right? It just plays in my head sometimes randomly. It's really good. No, I've never heard of that. The only warning I know of is an Eminem song. I'm going to take a screen capture of that song request uh, from both Nathan and Alan, or Nathan and Benoit. Okay, so now I have that. I'm going to keep that in my pocket, all right, so that um, I I can get to those later. You guys are going to get a little bit of a priority, all right? The things that you request are going to get a little bit of a priority just because you're here, basically because you're here, and I really appreciate you being here. This is only the second live I've ever done, and the first one went well, but it was planned. I had it planned for like a week in advance. This one's kind of on the fly. I literally sat down in the middle of my video premiering. Before, so I was not prepared. I didn't have a chance to fix my hair, which is why I'm wearing a hood. And I was literally laying in bed 10 minutes ago, or right before I started this. Thank you. I love Aurora so much. There's going to be another video of hers coming very soon too. She's something completely different. There are so many fandoms out there, and I appreciate you guys so much because I've seen a lot of support from sort of crossing fandoms, right? A lot of people who came here because of Lara Fabian, who were commenting, "Oh, I have never seen her before, but I really love this on Aurora content or on Farmer content." And the same thing the other way around. And it's really great to see you guys crossing because one thing I don't like sometimes, and that I see in some comment sections of some people who do reaction videos, is people bickering over which artist is better and why. Oh, you should stop doing this. This is garbage content. Get back to my content. Get back to the one that I like, right? The artist that I'm interested in. And really, music's not like that. There's so much to be appreciated, and just about anything you can find out there. So I really appreciate you guys. You guys have always kept my comment sections pretty positive. We love Aurora. She's amazing. She's absolutely spectacular. Yes, yeah, Farmer. I'm really nervous about saying her name again, Eva. I've become very self conscious of it now. So, MF, Miss Farmer. She's a wonderful performer. That production, that intro was something that was. Uh, it was so engaging, and even with the camera work, they really had it planned out to keep her face hidden until that last minute there, right? And I thought they did an amazing job. It was great. You're very welcome, Eva. Thank you so much for the compliment. I really your support, like the comments and all the kindness and stuff that I get down in the comments is really what kind of keeps me coming back. Sorry, I got a text message. You're very welcome. You're very welcome, Phil. Nice to see you here. It's another Patreon member. Got several Patreon members here in the chat today. Thank you so much, guys. Have I reacted to Je suis malade? Oh, yes, absolutely. I think that was the very first one I ever did. Like, literally the first. Well, okay, not the first. I think it was literally the second reaction video I ever did. The first was of a young lady named Ash Reuter, I think. She was a contestant on American Idol. And that kind of kicked off this whole music reaction thing. And then I think that Je suis malade was my second ever reaction video. And that's, of course, when I fell in love with Lara Fabian. I mean, who wouldn't? It is in my list. If anybody wants to grab that link and share it in the chat. I don't know if you can. I've heard recently that on YouTube you can't do that. I'll do it. I'll share it. I can find it somewhere. It's down here. I can't see the chat right now. Oh no, it was my third. It was my third ever. I'm really nervous because I feel like a whole bunch of stuff is going to be happening in the chat. I'm not going to be there. So there it is. There's the reaction to that song, Je suis malade by Lara Fabian. Do I call you dead by or dead or nursery or nursey? I don't know. I don't know. I feel weird calling you dead. I feel like that's that's not the best thing. Um, let's see. Agreed, Nathan. I mean, yeah, trying to play something off or call something bad music just because it's not your personal taste. There's always something to find uh, positive in a musical performance, even if it's not your taste. There's always something you can look for, something to appreciate. And if you literally can't find anything, I've always found it best just not to say anything at all. That's just the way I try to handle things. So that's kind of how we try to manage things over on my Discord and in my Patreon, is to make sure that we keep some positivity always, because there's always something to appreciate. All of this music really is just someone out there doing their best to inject some beauty into the world, right? So why use that as a way to spread or share negativity and bias and aggression? It's just not necessary. There's so much to love that's been created out there that if you find something that is not your cup of tea, it's much easier to just move on and find something that you like rather than spend your time and energy dumping all over that person's creation, right? That's why if you ever ask me or anybody ever asked me to do a reaction and I happen to watch it and I just could not find anything redeeming in it, which hasn't happened yet, but if it does, you just won't see the video. I'm not going to sit here and just crap on a video, on somebody's art, on someone's art. Yes, I did actually know about that, maze, about her. And you know what? That goes for yourself. You're absolutely you're I absolutely saw that she released that book. There's several people on my Discord and in my Patreon really have just gone nuts. They've been sharing. Of course, they bought it immediately. I'm not able to buy it yet, but they bought it immediately and they've been sharing images and quotes and things from the book and talking about how it's reshaped sort of their perspective of some of her performances, and it's really interesting. I've been doing a lot of interviews and things of Lara. I've been watching her like give interviews from way back when. I think the earliest interview I saw her give was like in early two. Oh, that might be wrong. It might have been like 2010, 2012. I think it was 2012 is the earliest video I've seen of hers doing an interview. But I've seen some of hers. I've seen a documentary that was shot in 2020 and an interview done in 2021. And those reactions are all on the Patreon too. But I've learned so much about her. She's just a really stellar human being. I'm sure the book is amazing. I might have seen that other production, Benoit, of Je suis malade. I can't tell you for sure. I've seen, I think, two other productions or two other concerts where she sang that song, and one of them is on the Patreon. But I tend not to post repeats like that on YouTube just because there's so much other content that people are asking for, and so I don't want to like clog it up with things I've already done. And since I've already seen and reacted to one version of the song, I tend not to post others. But maybe I will one day. Maybe that'll happen. But I've seen two other concerts of that song, and I've seen a couple of performances of Je t'aime. It's. I mean, I think she did both of those songs in the Paris showcase that I watched recently. Uh, but I don't know if I've seen that one particular that you're talking about or not. To be honest, the names of the concerts sometimes get lost on me, mostly because usually can't pronounce them, and I don't know what they mean. So I don't recognize which words are names of cities or places or maybe locations like event centers and things. So it's really easy for me to not retain that information. I need to learn French. That's just the end of it. I just need to go back and learn French again. I'm trying not to lose any of your comments. There is a super chat option down there, and I think for as little as $1, you can highlight your comment if it's really important. But I'm trying not to lose any of your comments. I think this is the most people I've ever had in here at one time. It's really awesome. I think it's great. I'm so glad all of you are here. Um, I don't know what that means, and I'm not going to try to pronounce your first name. It starts with a V. I'm just going to call you V. There are too many R's in it, and I know it's got a French pronunciation, most likely, and there's no way I can do it. I've said it before in a video. This U.S. Southern boy cannot do the R's with a French accent. I just can't do it. I'm sorry, but I see your comment. Je suis content to something. I I don't know what it means, but thank you for commenting. I appreciate it. Phil, every time you always get her. I appreciate that. Lara is not hard to get. You guys act really impressed. A lot of you have commented on how well I pick up on her, like what she's giving and what she's communicating in her performances. And I'm going to tell you, I feel like you give me too much credit because Lara is one of the most talented, skilled communicators, skilled interpreters of mood and intention that I think I've ever witnessed ever in my entire life, whether live or on film. She is just spectacular, and she's not exactly difficult to read. She lays everything out when she does a performance. So I really appreciate all the compliments about it. But just know, that's how I feel about it. I really just think that she deserves most of the credit. Lara has the ability to live and bring every song to life. That's why she's so talented. Thank you for your reaction to the song. You're so welcome. Is it Reeve? You're so welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for interacting with us here on the live. I really appreciate it. She basically sings the song with a very raspy, exhausted voice, and it's just heartbreaking. I've lost who were we talking about. Oh, okay. I see. I see. You meant the 2003 version from her concert. That concert. I don't know. You know, if we had some people here from the Patreon might know uh, if that concert is one of the ones that I've reacted to in to intimate concert. I know that pronunciation is way wrong. Um, I'll make a point to look that up at least and see if I've done it already, and if I haven't, at least give it a watch. Thank you so much. You guys let me know so many things that I just, not everything. I can't react to everything, right? You guys know that, but it is nice to know the things that are really necessary to see, really necessary to experience, to at least get that, and I appreciate it. Yes, I know that Je suis is I am. I used to actually be able to speak French very limitedly. I lived in French Canada for, I don't know, 8 months, and I learned a lot of conversational phrases that I use on a daily basis. And I learned a couple of curse words that I used on a daily basis. But it's been so long that I've lost almost everything. I think I can still count to 6, um, but it's been a really long time. That's true, Bruce. They're I don't know. I don't know if I would say, at least, I don't think she's underappreciated by anybody who has witnessed her sing. I think she is underexposed. I think would probably be how I would describe Lara. But she certainly doesn't have the attention on her that I think she should, given her talent. And you're probably right. It's probably because her content, her music is in so many different languages. It's not niche enough, right? It's just not niche enough, and that's just the world we live in. Unfortunately, everything seems to run, at least entertainment wise. If you want to be global, eventually you have to get your way to the American, um, to the U.S. I don't know. Oh Lord, what am I? My brain just went completely blank. the music industry here in the U.S. You've got to eventually make your way here, and then you blow up where you're at. You make your way here, you get bigger, and then you turn global. And that sort of seems to be the route they make you take, and that's not fair. It's not right, and it limits, I think, a lot of very strong, very powerful artists who don't take that route and who decide to stay more true to who they are and where they're from, or to stay more worldly, and much like Lara does, and not limit themselves so much to one niche market. And when you do that, you don't get the commercial play that a lot of other artists do, and it kind of sucks. It's one of the crappy realities that we live in. Do not apologize for asking questions, Dead by Nursey. Do not. That's why you're here. I love that you're asking questions. Thank you so much. If I miss one, I'm sorry. Just a reminder, once again, there is a super chat option down. I think you push the little... I think you push this little $sign underneath the chat, and it will allow you to highlight the chat so that I'm sure to see it. It'll stick it up here at the top for me. So that's an option. I'm trying not to miss anything, but it's getting congested. You know, Kiki, I've heard that actually a lot of the time, people saying that they react to the song exactly the way I do, and that's one of the reasons they relate to my videos, and that's great. And it's, again, that's another thing that I don't think I can really take credit for that. Lara does such a great job at communicating exactly what she wants to communicate, and in doing so, she evokes exactly the emotions that she's trying to evoke in people, and that's what we feel. Now, we all relate to them differently, obviously. We relate to them through our own experience and through our own memories and feelings, but she knows what she's doing, right? She knows exactly what she's doing. I'm so glad that you're able to enjoy the videos that I put out and that you're here watching with me. Christina, hi. Welcome, Christina. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining all the way from Romania. I've had a little contact with some people from Romania. I actually hired someone from Romania to edit some videos for me a little while back. We did end up working together, but it was fun while it lasted. So far, great experience with all the people from over there. You guys seem very lovely. Thank you so much for joining. I love how global this fan base of Lara's is. It's really people from all over. That's right, Phil, and that's part of what you give up when you decide not to compromise. And this is what you get. I mean, look at these comments. Look at the comments of some of the videos I posted. Go watch reactors react to any of her videos, and look at all the comments from all over the world, different places: Romania, France, Germany, the UK, Canada, the US. Somebody commented from Argentina. We have people commenting from Belgium, different places all over the world, because she is who she is. Maybe she isn't, Madonna. Maybe she's not Prince. Maybe she was never the Beatles. Maybe she wasn't Celine Dion as far as like her stardom, but her reach is immense and her fans are loyal and passionate. And I don't think she would change a thing. It all balances out in the end. It just depends on... It kind of just matters what you're looking to get out of it, right? And I think she's getting out of it exactly. From what I've seen of her recently, she seems to be very happy with where her career is, her relationship with her fans, her family. She seems to be in a really good place, and that makes me very happy. Kiki says she is so vulnerable and real, being sad, angry, feeling beautiful, sexy, ugly, mad. She is just so beautiful in every way. I can watch her a million times and always feel it. I feel the same way. I just reacted to her singing a song. Oh, Starlight, the medley Starlight, I think is what the video was entitled. And that was the most, actory performance I've ever seen her give. And I don't mean that in a negative way. It sounded negative. That was the most, I don't know. That was the performance that felt most like a play. It felt like a performance from like that perspective, and it didn't feel like someone just performing a song or acting for a music video. It felt like a real stage performance, and it was amazing. I just posted that today, actually, for my Fabian Fridays over on Patreon. It'll probably make it to YouTube in 2 to 3 weeks. So if you guys over here on YouTube will get to see that eventually, maybe a little longer than that, actually, maybe more like a month, because I have some other things from her that I'm probably going to release first. But it was amazing. I was in love with it. I mean, absolutely in love with it. It was probably my favorite performance of hers so far, and that's really saying something. I didn't know he did the Starmania. Oh yeah, I did the Starmania. I was just talking about that, Benoit. Yeah, the Starmania medley. That's what it was. It was amazing. I can't say it. I know I just ranted about it for like 5 minutes, but it's really amazing. Oh no, there's okay. Magnificent song. Okay, there's. I thought the whole comment was in another language, and I was nervous because I wasn't going to be able to read it. What is it? Hold on one second. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna put Maze. I'm gonna put that. You commented something, and I'm gonna put that in on my list because the way you talk about it, you say that it's incredible and the lyrics are incredible. Without subtitles, it's difficult for non-French people to appreciate. I'm gonna screen cap that because I really want to see that. You took French in high school. The teacher told you that once in the 20 years she has taught French, and no one had heard of the French language like you. That's hilarious, Nathan. My accent is terrible. My accent is terrible. I was never able to get the accent right. So I could do it. I mean, I took some dialect classes in college, and I never practiced or studied the French dialect or any French dialects. But I could do it. And we mostly focused on different dialects you find around the states. You know, Northeast Boston, Midwest, South, Southern Florida, California. But I think I could apply the techniques to learning a foreign dialect for me, but it just would be a lot of work, and I've not dedicated the time, nor do I think I have the time to do that right now. Part of the problem with U.S. Industries is that they tried to change her look and music style. Yeah, that's very true. She talked about that in an interview that I reacted to for the Patreon. It's up on the Patreon right now. There is one thing that I found very interesting in that interview. I can't remember how it came along, but she talked about it at the beginning, how the people in the U.S. industry, they wanted her to be blonder, they wanted her to be thinner, these different things. Um, and later, way removed from that comment, nearly at the very end of the interview, she was asked a question about something about uh, um, what she viewed as sort of ideally attractive, I think. I can't remember exactly how it was worded, but she listed the qualities that she had mentioned other people were trying to impose on her: blonde, thin. It was really interesting. And I think that just what it made me think of is that um, we are all so influenced by the areas that we grow up in and what the standards are of the acceptable standards for success and beauty and those things are in our area. We really are susceptible to those things, and that's just another thing that made me think about finding the beauty in all of these different performances by all of these different artists from all over the world singing very different styles of music. I love that so much. So I'm glad that you guys are as open to that as I am, and I'm glad that so many of you have been accepting of different artists. Um, it's just really important, I think. It's just really important. Hi, I don't know the name Diom 57. You've not yet reacted to her performance with Johnny Halliday early in her career. You will greatly love it. As a matter of fact, I have reacted to that performance. Uh, I reacted to it a while ago, actually. I believe it was Andrea who requested it. She's here. Hi, Andrea. But I forgot that I recorded it and didn't edit it for like a month, and nobody told me. So it was a long time before it actually got posted, but it did eventually get posted on there. It was really powerful. It was really powerful. It was very operatic, the one that I saw. I don't remember the name of it. Andrea probably knows the name of it. She could probably type it in the comments of the one I recorded of their duet. I don't remember, but I do know that it was very dramatic. He was being hunted, and I think he killed her. And then by the end of it, I don't remember exactly what happened. I got so wrapped up in listening to them sing that, to be honest, I didn't catch a ton of the lyrics about half of the time. But the performance was amazing. Yes, that's it. Requiem por un thu. Don't laugh at me. I can hear some of you laughing as soon as I said it out loud. I did my best. Okay, I know how to say requiem, but anyway, that's the one that I did. I think, and it was amazing. So Skitzel, that's a different language. I'm so sorry. I want to say thank you for commenting. Thank you for being here. I do not understand what your comment says, but I appreciate you making it and having it on here and being and spending this time with us. Thank you so much. Lara is loved everywhere on the planet. This is true. Absolutely agrees. And sometimes the translation kind of dissolves the meaning. And the intent. Yes, that okay. Dead by nursing. That's part of the problem. That's is a problem that I run into a lot doing any song in a language that I don't understand. Is that no matter how much you try, especially in art like music or in poetry or in literature, you're not often going to be able to fully communicate the meaning and the intention in a translation, especially if you're just using Google. So uh, th- there's a difference between translating and interpreting, and there are not a ton of really good interpretations of songs in other languages out there. So I want that gone. One second. There's something on my screen. I just now noticed it. I don't like it. I don't know how to get rid of it though. There's got to be a way to refresh that or something. Sorry, I've gotten distracted by my OBS. Uh, I think that'll do it. I think that'll do it. I've been distracted. I am. There, it's gone. Okay, I did it. I'm back. I'm back. Sorry. Um, I don't remember what I was saying. I'm not even going to try. I've completely lost it. Thank you so much, Andre. I really appreciate that. I love. Do you know what? Can I tell you one of my favorite things is? I mean, sure, I love talking to you guys. I love communicating with you and something happened and my comments have gone. Hold on one second. I need to find them. can't see your comments. All right, there you are. One of my favorite things is looking in the chat and seeing all of you guys communicating with each other. I love that so much when I see on my Discord or on the Patreon, everybody talking back and forth, and me not even like they forget I'm there. And that's maybe a little harsh, but I love it. I love being able to kind of like go to my Discord and see, look, here is a page and a half or 2 pages of conversations that have been taking place when I wasn't there, and they're just talking to each other and discussing different artists they love or different movies or TV shows they love and talking about their lives. The greatest thing about the internet is its potential to bring people together. And I hate that so often it becomes a tool to keep people separated. But I love seeing you guys come together and really communicate. I love that so much. Don't worry about it, Maze. Thank you so much for being here. I really should be going soon. I only meant to be here for a few minutes. You guys have kept me engaged for quite some time. I have phone calls to make and I have videos to edit, so I can't stay too much longer. Hey Brandon, when is going to be the next live stream? The next live stream, I'm trying to make this more consistent, but to be honest, I have no idea. I didn't know if this was going to work. To be honest, I thought I would be in here talking to 2 people this whole time. So this is actually really exciting for me. A lot of people seem to want me to do this once a week. Here's the deal. On these live streams on YouTube, it will always be around the content of the channel. So it'll always be about music. I maybe can plan on doing this once every 2 weeks right now, and hopefully move to once a week soon. So 2 Fridays from now would potentially be a good time to plan for this channel. The thing is, on my Twitch channel, which is where I'm streaming this from, there's going to be a variety of content because I do TV and movie reactions as well, breakdowns and commentaries on another YouTube channel. The link to that is also in the description of most of my videos, but there's only 2 videos up there right now. It's brand new. And I also am going to be doing gaming content on Twitch, which is a lot of fun. I just really enjoy it. My kid has suggested a particular game, which I don't know anything about, but they say it'll be hilarious to watch me play it. So that's going to be fun. So I plan on starting live streaming between 3 and 4 times a week, but not always this content. This content right now, probably once every 2 weeks. So you'll catch me here on YouTube in a couple of weeks. My Twitch, if you want to come follow me on Twitch, you'll see me do live streams over there surrounded by other content, whether it's TV and film, video games, more often. So that's totally up to you. I'd love to have you on all my different channels, sources, platforms, whatever. I'd love all you guys. Your energy is so positive that I just kind of want to pack you guys along and take you wherever I go. But I understand that most of you are here for the music reaction, some of you even for specific artists. So that might not be your thing, and that's totally cool too. Thank you for asking, Benoit. I appreciate it. Traviata performance from the concert. From that concert, then I'm not going to do it again. I said it once, and I'm sure that I didn't say it correctly, but I'm not going to do it again. She's trying opera, and it's actually the first time I've seen her. Really? I did say that one song that I saw her do with Johnny Halliday was very opera-esque. It was very opera-esque. So I would be interested to see that. She's very, very talented. This woman is like the premier talented woman. I just saw a fly across the camera. Did you guys see that? Let's see. Alice, hi. Alice, how are you? Nice to see you. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. I just discovered your videos. Do you have a favorite artist to react to? You talk about Lara Fabian quite often, but I don't want to assume anything. Okay, so this kind of goes back to something that we were talking about. That's a great question, by the way. I love that question. Paint me into a corner, make me say things that will potentially tick people off. No, I was talking about this a little while ago. There's so much beauty to be found in so many different places. To be honest, I have done a couple of reactions, the small videos that didn't really go anywhere because they weren't over big names, that were over completely or essentially unknown artists doing covers. And I think that's when I have the most fun reacting to videos, because one, I feel like there's less pressure. If it's someone who's lesser known, I'm not, I'm determined to be very honest about the way I feel about things. And I think if any of you saw the fallout from my Angelina Jordan post, then you'll know what I mean when I say that it can cause some tension, some backlash in the comments and things. And I don't like that kind of negativity, but I can't lie. I don't want to lie. So when I do a lesser known artist, I just feel less anxiety about being honest. It doesn't stop me, even when they are well known, but when they are lesser known, I just feel less anxious about it. So I think I'm able to have more fun and be more like who I would be if I were sitting in the room with an artist giving critiques and trying to coach them on their performance. That's really where the fun is for me. I think as far as listening to an artist, which would be my favorite, Lara is definitely toward the top. I think that it depends a little bit on what kind of mood I'm in at the moment, as most anybody is with music. But can't go wrong with Lara Fabian. Can't go wrong with Aurora, but for completely different reasons. I love Aurora so much, but you could never compare. You could never ask me, hey, who's better, Aurora or Lara Fabian? They're completely different animals. Completely different. So I think that those two probably round out my, 1A and 1B, to be honest, just because their level of commitment to the interpretation of the lyrics and to the way they sort of wear the music and the melody and the rhythm in their bodies is something that's really fun to watch. It's really spectacular to watch. So I think that would be my answer. That was really long-winded. I'm sorry. I hope that was not too long-winded. Alice, that was for you. She's probably gone already. She probably waited for me to answer and then started listening to me talking and thought, well, he's going to talk forever. Are we talking? So, Deb by Nurse, you say she received a lot of hate for that performance because she was apparently singing terribly, but her voice isn't trained for opera, and I think the intention was amazing, and the performance was amazing. If we're talking about the song she did with Johnny Halliday, then I know exactly what they were talking about. I get it. I understand where if somebody came into that performance as, for instance, a vocal coach, right? And their entire perspective for watching it was to pick apart and critique and analyze the vocal performance, I can definitely see where they would have a lot of negative things to say, not necessarily because of the way it sounded, but she wasn't using great technique in that performance. She, like, for instance, she was guest spotting, right, in that concert. If she was doing that 5-6 times a week, she wouldn't last 2 months and her voice would be blown out because she was really pushing, like she was really hitting those notes hard, a ton of chest voice. She was shouting those things out and that's not healthy, right? So I understand where people might come from, and some, I don't want to say snobby, but some people who maybe have a higher opinion of technical skills than they do of performance might have negative opinions of that performance, but that's not where I come from. I come from the other side. I come from the performance first. Vocal technique is not even second. It's like fourth or fifth on the list. And to be honest, what's funny is that actually mirrors what happened with my Angelina Jordan reaction, because people got very upset that I was saying things negatively about the performance. But the fact is, I was not looking at the vocal performance at all. I complimented the vocal performance. Her voice is amazing. It's incredible. What I was commenting on was the physical body performance. That's where I come from. So on Lara's end, in that performance, particularly with Johnny Halliday, it's kind of the opposite thing, because she really was blowing out her vocal cords. Like if she did that every day for weeks and weeks, she'd ruin her voice. But it was an amazing performance. It was so powerful. It was such a powerful performance. So it really just depends on perspective. And some people are critics just to be critics. Some people make their livings that way, you know. So everybody has their own agenda behind saying what they say. Mine is simple. When I say anything positive or negative about an artist, my agenda is like 99% of the time, my agenda is simply to give my opinion as honestly and openly as I can in a way that if the artists were sitting in front of me, I would hope they could learn and grow from, right? And that's not me assuming that a seasoned professional artist would have anything to learn from me. It's just, it's like a vocal coach talking about somebody like a Kelly Clarkson or a Whitney Houston or a Celine Dion and making notes about the way they do different things with their voice and how you probably don't want to do this and you would want to try to do that, because there are people watching who are singers. And as vocal coaches, they might have expertise and hints and tips that will help those younger or less experienced performers grow and learn and develop. And I guess in a small way, I hope that eventually someone, just one person out there might find something that I say useful when they find themselves on a stage in front of a judge or a director, right? That's kind of my goal. So that's my intention. That's my motive. Oh, so many comments. Well, thanks, because I think a lot of guys like you very much. You're very welcome, Benoit. Lara, she did a killer one way before that. Wait, a killer one way before that. I see. I'd love to see her do some more opera. It's not my favorite style, opera. I'm more of a realism guy, and opera tends to be very melodramatic. It's not bad. I love it. I do enjoy it. It's just not my first exit. You know what I mean? She was 24 at the time. Yes. A lot of people talking about this one. I can't pronounce it. La Traviata. A lot of people talking about that one. If you guys who are Patreon members can try to help me remember to give that one a look. Hi. Hey, I can't say your name. Hi. It's really cool to see you here. What's up? Yes, that channel. By the way, everybody there's somebody in the chat right now. You'll see her name as Lara the Ring Fabian. She has a fan channel for Lara Fabian, what they call a fan channel, where she just basically goes through and finds a bunch of material on Lara and gives a very well put together translations to it. So if you're not a native French speaker, but you'd like to watch a lot of the interviews and things that Lara does that are in French or in Italian or this, polyglot. Her channel is amazing. I am actually going to. I'm going to do something really quickly. I'm going to put a link to her channel in the description down below. If you give me just a second, I will do that. If you are a fan of Lara Fabian, you definitely need to go follow that link and subscribe to her channel. Throw a like on a couple of her videos. Send some comments her way. She's amazing. So many of you are commenting. I cannot keep up. I can't. What's interesting is the difference between an opera singer and a non-opera singer. There's stark differences if you haven't received any training at all. Lara has training. I really think she could perform well. She'd have to stay in her voice, but Opera is all about the performance. It's all about the performance, in my opinion. But I'm a little biased. Never came across a good one to share with you, but right, you get quickly to understand what's going on. Thank you so much. Is it? Thank you so much, Fanny. I appreciate that. I do hear that a lot. That people enjoy the way I interpret Lara's videos. Like I said earlier, I've said this earlier in the live stream, but I do really believe that um, she gets most of the credit for that. She just is a very skilled communicator, a very skilled interpreter, and she tells me exactly what I need to know about the song really plainly, in my opinion. So I appreciate the compliment. I just think that she deserves most of it. Welcome to the chat, guys. I'm glad. I'm glad you liked the answer, Alice. It was long. I know it was long. Oh, her technique was still healthy. There's a fly. I'm sorry. There's a fly in my room. She did bring more weight to her vocals, but she was always had super healthy technique, so I don't think it's an issue. She did sing this way during her. She sang that way through an entire tour. Okay, so it's just me. One, I would preface everything by saying I am not a vocal coach. I am not I'm not a vocalist. I've taken some voice classes. I did as a part of my theater training, so I know how the voice works rudimentarily. Like basically, I know how the voice works. I know how those things work, but I'm not a vocalist. I'm not a musician. That is not my area of expertise. I just know what she sounds like normally, or in the performances that I've heard, and I know what she sounded like during that performance. And there was so much more weight. There was so much more chest involved. It was so much more. I don't want to say pushed because it really didn't feel pushed. It just felt heavy. And I would think that doing that for too long would be damaging, stressful. But I mean, like I've been told before by vocal coaches that if you employ proper technique, you can do a lot of things that seem like they would be harmful without them actually harming your voice. So I'm sure, hopefully, I think that's what you're saying she did, which is amazing. Nathan would be interested in finding examples of some of emotional instrumental performances, even passages from songs. As example, guitar solo from The Warning, the end star always seems to fade. That would be interesting. I never thought to do that. Now, here's the thing: I would be open to trying doing something like that, like interpreting a instrumental performance. But I'm not sure that I would be able to give you guys what I usually give you because I'm not a music expert, right? I'm not someone who has expertise in music theory or in anything in that area because I'm just not. My expertise, my knowledge comes from performance. It comes from acting. It comes from emoting. It comes from interpretation. And that's something that is present in many different art forms, including music, which is why I really try to tackle everything I do on this channel from that perspective, because I feel like there are a lot of people who do reactions who just do reactions, and that's fine. And if you're there because you enjoy the people they react to or their personality, that's great. I really want to offer something. Like I want to give something of value when I do these reactions. And in order to do that, I have to speak on things that I have some knowledge of, right? So I don't know about how knowledgeably I can speak on instrumental performances, but I would be willing to give it a try. I'm open to pretty much anything. Hey, DJ Stookie. Did I say that right? Hello, Montreal. I love Montreal. I was in Montreal in 2012, 11 for about 20 days, I was working for a nonprofit in a town way up north in Quebec, and they sent me to Montreal for a conference, and I stayed there at the Hilton or something, and for a couple of weeks, found a bunch of little hole in the wall like pubs and things to eat at, and I just really loved the people there were so nice. I think I found one pub this one time. It was my favorite night out because I went on the weekend. I went out for a walk, cut down an alley, found this little hole in the wall. And I think in that small little pub, first of all, I had some great poutine. And then secondly, I talked to somebody from Scotland. I talked to somebody from the UK. I talked to somebody from Australia and somebody from Norway, I think, all in that one place. It was just a great night. I love Montreal. I need to learn French. I agree. I agree. I've been thinking about it very seriously, actually. Oh, somebody has mentioned. I don't know if that's okay. I don't know. I am promoting your channel, miss. Absolutely. Lara the Ring Fabian. Again, go see it. Go see it. Subscribe, like, listen, work like that should be celebrated. It's effort, it's time and effort and energy that you're putting into doing something that so many people can enjoy and benefit from. You absolutely should be celebrated for that. You absolutely should be celebrated for that. Again, I put the link in the chat one more time. I think, let's see. I think I'm having a hard time. I'm getting lost. I need to learn French. Yes, yes, I do. Lara singing Caruso is absolutely amazing. Let's see. Van, I saw her 3 times in concert, and each time she gave all she had. This did not damage her voice. The only regret I had with her concert was that they were too short. Yeah, and again, I want to clarify there is something very different between. I've never seen a performance of Lara's where I felt like she was holding back anything. That's not what I meant. There was just a different feel to the sound of her voice in that performance, and it sounded, like I said, sounded very heavy. And I just thought that would put a lot of strain on her voice. Now, again, like I said, I've been told many times that if you use the proper technique, even singing in a way that may seem unhealthy can be done without damage because if you use proper technique. I wish there was footage of Lara's White Christmas at the Miracle on 24th Street concert or whatever. Literally cannot find a single video online. That sounds like a challenge. Anybody out there right now, all you Lara fans, anybody have any idea about this concert? And if there's any footage of it anywhere, check out that comment. I wish I could highlight it. I wish I had the ability to do that. I can do that on Twitch. Let's see. And then there is a little bit of footage. Oh, that's already there. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to catch up. Look at you promoting your channel. There's a little bit of footage on that particular performance. It's a Christmas performance. And Lara the Ring Fabian says she will upload it to her channel. I think everybody would love that. Hello, Joy. Nice to see you. You're coming in at the tail end of this thing. I don't know how much longer I can stay on. I've been on here for just over an hour. I really should be hopping off soon. Things are slowing down. Or I thought they were. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to start to wrap up here. This has been a lot of fun. I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me after the premiere, after that video. Thank you so much for all your support. I say it on videos. I feel like it feels like I'm reading it by rote, but I mean it every time, right? Every like, every comment, every time I see a new subscriber, it just like lifts me up. It's encouraging. It's life affirming. It's just a special feeling to see that someone else sees something you're doing and finds value in it. And I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you guys giving that gift to me. So thank you so much. Keep in mind all the things, right? There are links in the description. I don't know about this video. I will add them, but in all my videos, my newer ones especially, you'll find links to all my social media accounts. You'll find a link to the Discord. You'll find the links to the Patreon if that's what you're into. There are other links to help out the channel. Anything you can do, even just showing up, giving a view, hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel, all these things, they mean so much to me. They help me out so much. You guys are what is special about the world. And I cannot tell you how much it means to me to have you all in my life. Hold on, wait, Joy. I'm new, have never seen you online before, although I've been subbed for a while. I'd love to suggest that you check out Hugh. I don't want to sound, I started to say the name because I thought it said Hugh, but it's not Hugh, and I'm not going to pronounce that because I know I'll mess it up. If you love performance art, he's a great place to look. One of the biggest names in China right now. I am on it. That screen capped. I didn't miss it. You didn't miss it, Joy. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you showed up. There's a West Side Story medley. Screen capping that one as well. Thank you, Benoit. Thanks, Phil. I'll see you later. You're so welcome. Thank you so much. I love you guys. For anybody who just found this place, I'm so sorry that we're signing off so quick. I've been on here for about an hour and 10 minutes. So that was fun. Every couple of weeks for sure. Eventually working up to once a week, we're going to do this. I really got to go now. I really do. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for all the kindness. Thanks for all the hearts in the comment. You guys are amazing. I could like gush about you for 20 minutes. I could just sit here and talk about how wonderful you all are for all this time. But I won't do that. Thank you so much. I'm just going to start repeating myself if I don't say bye. So remember to always, as always, be